Okay, so you guys really like the story about Rocket scamming me, so I figured I'll tell you another one about Asurion scamming me, which shouldn't be surprising. It's an insurance company, you know, like what do you expect? Of course, their goal is to not pay you. So they straight up lied and said the phone I sent them to trade in didn't work. Like, it just doesn't work, which was a straight up lie because they just didn't plug it in. I'm like, are you serious? Like, not even like a case where something might be like broken or cracked and they're like trying to blame it on someone. Like, no, they straight up said this phone doesn't work and sent it back. And this is not even about the money, okay? It's the principle, you know, they just straight up lied, just flat out lie. And that was in December and it's still ongoing. We're in April now and there's still no resolution to this case. My phone company was like, well, you know, if Asurion doesn't pay, we'll take care of it. I'm like, sure. I'm like, this is never gonna happen. It's been like 4 months now. So back in December, I ordered this phone, the iPhone 16 from a phone company, and I told them I have a trade-in so you can take some of the price off. And they said, okay, just send it in. So my phone company sent me a box with a label. We sent the phone. I didn't have to wait for them to send the 16 because this was an extra phone. So I had a phone I was using and this was an extra like streaming Wi-Fi phone, and it worked perfectly. Like, no scratches. It was just an extra phone. The label they sent me was UPS. I went to send it in, and good thing I took pictures. Okay, make sure you take pictures, please. So I handed it to the UPS girl and she was like, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll ship it. I'll wrap it up for you. And I'm like, what if it breaks? Like, I'm not seeing you do it right now. She's like, I'll do it, you know. Like, what if it breaks? Like, what if she doesn't wrap it up well and then they're gonna blame me like it was broken? I was like, no, let me take a picture. So I took a picture of the front and back with it turned on, okay, in the UPS store, and also the receipt with the tracking, okay? So make sure you take pictures. Then my phone company emailed me. I didn't see it because I was sick, and then they sent me like a final reminder and they were like, Asurion is gonna keep your phone unless you reply to this message. This is your final warning. I'm like, what is this about? Like, what? So I called my phone company and I'm like, what is this about? Like, I was so confused because it didn't really specify that it was about an iPhone. And they were like, well, the phone you sent in was sent it to Asurion and they say it doesn't work, so they're not gonna pay for it. They're not going to trade it in. So they were going to keep it because you weren't replying. So they were just going to straight up keep my property after they lied that it doesn't work. So they're going to keep my working phone and not pay me, of course. So they couldn't just send it back to my address for whatever reason. I mean, they could have just sent it back, right? But they needed my reply for this. So my phone company was like, okay, if you want it back, they'll send it back to you. I'm like, yeah, I guess I want it back. Like, I didn't want it in the first place. That's why I was trying to trade it in, but I'm not going to have them keep it. So sure, send it back. So Asurion sent it back. So now we're in January. So I get the phone back and immediately I plug it in and turn it on and it works fine. And I take pictures of it right there and then, because this way I have the photos before that I date stamped and the photos after that I date stamped. And again, there's no damage. It works perfectly. So all they did was basically not turn it on, and that's it. So they just straight up lied. I'm like, well, of course it's not going to be turned on if it was in the mail for a week. Like, what do you expect? So they just, you know, straight up lied and said it doesn't work because they didn't feel like plugging it in. So I called my phone company back to explain the situation, and they opened a case about it. They were like, send us the pictures, whatever evidence you got. I'm like, all right. So good thing I took the pictures, send them everything. So then February goes by. I try to call them, you know, just to check on it. They were like, it's taking forever. It'll be done soon. And then it was March. Now we're in April. So I'm like, you know, whatever. Like I said, it's not even about the money, but just the fact that they didn't feel like turning it on and straight up lied and said it doesn't work. I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, Asurion. Not very happy with them, but somehow not surprised. I don't know what will happen with this, but good thing I took this picture. So point of the story, take your pictures before and after of everything, document everything, and let me know, is there a better company that we can just insure our phones with, like better than Asurion? Because what is this?